Skyrim is a land defined by diversity. From the frosted peaks of the Pale to the golden marshes of the Rift, every race of Tamriel finds some foothold in this frozen north. Nords call it home, Imperials claim its roads, Dunmer fill its grey quarters, Khajiit roam its borders, and Argonians labour in its shadows. It is, in many ways, a microcosm of the Empire's reach, a melting pot of peoples drawn together by war, trade, and prophecy. Yet, amid all that life and struggle, there is a peculiar absence. For all of its cities, caves, ruins, and villages, there is one race that simply doesn't exist anymore in Skyrim. A race once so powerful that their disappearance reshaped the continent, and whose echoes still hum beneath the mountains. No other race in Tamriel has vanished so completely. Their cities remain, their machines still stir, and yet not one living soul of their kind walks the earth. Skyrim remembers them not as ancestors, but as ghosts of metal and stone. The Dwemer were not like the Nords or the Dunmer. They were not warriors or mystiques, not farmers or priests. They were engineers, philosophers, and atheists. People whose god was reason itself. They called themselves Dwemer, meaning people of the deep. To the Nords they were the Deep Elves, an ancient branch of the elven races who sought not divine favour, but divine understanding. Their cities tunnelled into the roots of Skyrim's mountains, vast labyrinths powered by magma and mystery. While other races built in wood and stone, the Dwemer built in brass and steam. Their ruins are filled with whirring machines, pressure valves, and ancient gears that still turn after thousands of years. These mechanical sentients, dwarven automatons, guard the secrets of their makers, long after the makers themselves turn to dust. The irony of the Dwemer's absence is that they are everywhere. Their architecture defines Skyrim's underworld. Their machines patrol its ruins. You can almost feel their presence in every hiss of steam, every echoing clang of metal deep below the earth. And yet, not one of them remains alive to claim it. The Dwemer's disappearance is one of the greatest mysteries not only of Skyrim, but of all Nirn. At the height of their power during the First Era, they were the most advanced civilization in existence. Their cities glowed with light, their knowledge rivaled that of gods, and their understanding of tonal architecture, the use of sound and vibration to shape reality, was unmatched. But in a single unrecorded moment they vanished. Not killed, not conquered or erased. They were just gone. Every Dwemer across all of Tamriel gone in an instant. The cause of their disappearance centres on one thing: their chief tonal architect, and his work with the heart of Lorcan, the divine organ torn from the god who created the mortal world. He believed he could use the heart to transcend morality itself, to give his people eternal existence without the burden of divine subservience. The result was probably annihilation. In one fatal experiment beneath Red Mountain, the Dwemer simply ceased to exist. Their bodies did not decay, their souls did not ascend. They left no corpses, only armour lying empty on the ground. Only one being survived, Yargrim, a Dwemer engineer who was absent in another realm during the disappearance. When he returned, he found himself utterly alone, the last of his kind. His body began to rot, his mind to falter, and his name became synonymous with extinction. When the Dwemer vanished, the world didn't cheer, it shuddered. Their disappearance left entire economies and ecosystems in chaos. The Nords lost their trading partners. Even the Daedra, it said, took note of the silence. Skyrim's mountains became graveyards. Miners who stumbled upon Dwemer ruins whispered of noises that shouldn't be there. Machines still moving, chambers that breathe, and lights that flickered in rooms that should have been dead. The Dwemer were gone, but their world refused to stop functioning. Perhaps that's what makes their absence so chilling. Death in Skyrim is common. You can meet ghosts, Draga, or necromancers who cheat it daily. But the Dwemer didn't die. They simply stopped existing, leaving behind a world that continues to function as though waiting for their return. Every gear that turns in their ruins is a heartbeat with no body. Every glowing crystal is a memory with no mind. If the Dwemer are gone, why do their creations still walk? The dwarven automatons are the last moving fragments of a vanished civilization. These machines defend the ruins tirelessly, programmed to attack anything that disturbs their halls. Some scholars believe the automatons are powered by magical cores or soul gems, but others whisper that the Dwemer themselves became these machines. That Cagrene's great experiment didn't destroy them, it transformed them. This theory suggests that the Dwemer didn't die. They exist within these machines, their consciousness distributed through the humming veins of their cities. Every centurion is a fragment of a collected soul, a mechanical echo of godless people. It's an idea both beautiful and terrifying, a race that sought immortality and found it in metal and fire, condemned to wander their halls forever as hollow echoes of their former selves. When the Dragonborn descends into a Dwemer ruin, it's not just exploration, it's intrusion. You're walking through a graveyard that still breathes. The Dwemer's faith, or lack thereof, was their defining trait. They rejected gods, Daedra and Aedra alike, believing that divinity was an illusion born of mortal ignorance. To them, the gods were not omnipotent beings, but powerful entities bound by the same rules of reality as mortals. Through study and reason, they believed these mortals could ascend to the same level or surpass it entirely. It was this ambition that led Cagrene to the heart of Lorcan. The Dwemer wanted not to serve the divine, but to become divine on their own terms. Their philosophy was cold, precise, and merciless. Where the Nords had myth and mead, the Dwemer had logic and mathematics. Their temples were not houses of worship, but laboratories. Their priests were not prophets, but scientists. It's a vision of the world utterly devoid of comfort. No gods, no afterlife, only the endless pursuit of knowledge. Perhaps in their arrogance they found what they sought, a form of transcendence beyond mortal comprehension. Or perhaps they simply made themselves nothing at all. So why call the Dwemer the race that doesn't exist? Because they are both gone and present. Their absence is visible, their influence is tangible. They are the ghosts of progress, haunting Skyrim's mountains with the hum of their forgotten machines. Every adventurer who delves into a Dwemer ruin feels it, the sense that something is watching, measuring, and calculating. The ruins feel alive because in some strange way, they are. No other race in Skyrim evokes that same paradox. The Nords dominate its surface, the Dunmer thrive in exile, the Argonians endure in bondage. But only the Dwemer exist as both memory and mechanism. They are proof that power leaves traces long after life is gone. In the end, the Dwemer's absence is not a tragedy, it's a warning. Their cities still hum, their constructions still kill, their brilliance still blinds. But no laughter echoes through those halls, no warmth glows from their forges. The Dwemer proved that gods can be denied, but they also proved that in doing so, one risks becoming less than mortal. They sought eternity and found oblivion. And in Skyrim, where every race struggles to survive the cold, perhaps the greatest miracle is not immortality, but simply still being here. Because beneath the snow and stone, the Dwemer wait, not as ghosts, but as a memory the world refuses to let die. The only race that doesn't exist in all of Skyrim, because they were too clever to live.